location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
4. The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey and Jay Henley.
This man is destroying golf.
Broadcasting live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
You may be right, but our ratings are up and we're attracting new youthful sponsors.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Oh, Christmas tree. Okay. I was expecting to go.
Oh, yeah. But I had to go classic on you one time. And now this is from a specific movie, or I think it's a movie. It was a phenomenal show back in the day.
Put me on the spot. Mm-hmm. I don't have an answer.
Okay. There was a dog in this particular show.
Snoopy.
Yep.
Okay. Or Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was like, Snoopy's the dog. Charlie Brown's the show. Wah, 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 wah. Yes, classic indeed. So that's top notch there. That's good stuff. I appreciate that. But
just trying to hit them nostalgia.
Yeah, well, and you keep me on my toes too.
Exactly.
Expecting the techno boom and just keeping it with that beautiful light classical piano.
DJ Davy Crockett for all your holiday needs.
That's it. Booking parties now. 850-215-6290.
Yes, sir.
Right
and I'm
here.
pretty cheap. Only $1,000 an hour.
That's it. That's it. But it's well worth it. That is for sure. So,
playing copyrighted music since 1991.
I don't have licensing. It's good though. You're gonna have a great time. I promise. No doubt about it. All right. Some local scores from yesterday had several different teams in action on the hardwood. You had Arnold traveling to North Bay Haven in girls basketball. North Bay Haven got the dub in that one, 45-30. Mosley played Bay to a 1-1 tie in boys soccer. Also in boys soccer, Freeport got the victory over Bozeman 7-1. Shout out to Coach Oles and those Rutherford Rams. They beat Mariana 5-3 on the road yesterday. And then North Bay Haven Academy beat Arnold in girls soccer 2-1. Don't have any local high school that I have in my Max Prep favorites anyway. But we do start the girls middle school tournament coming up tonight. Starts all the playoff games. Josh Latch and all the county athletic people on the middle school things. They've increased the playoffs for all these middle school teams to 8 teams this year, which is allowing more games, more action. That all gets underway starting tonight. Number 1 seed Jinx will take over host Breakfast Point Academy. Number 4 seed Mowat will host Surfside. Number 2 seed Bayhaven will host Rutherford. University Academy, the number 3 seed, we do travel to Merritt Brown, but this will be the last time that we don't have a gym that we'll be playing girls basketball in. The boys over there at UA will christen the gym after the winter break. So kudos to everybody who was involved in getting UA that fantastic facility, as we're looking forward to playing some sports in there as well. But hey, if you get an opportunity to go out and support these middle school sports, it is certainly the future of our high school sport athletics there. All right. Let's talk some bowl schedule. We got a lot of them right here on the family, or not the family. We are a family.
Couple of families.
ESPN Northwest Florida Indeed. We do have, oh man, it almost looks like it's more than half of these bowl games will be right here on ESPN Northwest.
Yeah, a very large amount. All of the college football playoff games will be here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Perfect. That's an easy one to. And also coming up, it's not a bowl game, but it's America's game coming up this Saturday. That'll be Army-Navy. That'll be right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And if you're wanting to support your American pride, reach out to me. We can get you some fun sponsorships for that game. As if you're a very prideful, patriotic business that wants to get some coverage going on, we can find some ways for you to get involved in that. You can reach out to me directly or give us a call here at the station, 850-215-6290. But that game coverage starts 1 p.m. this Saturday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida, followed by the kickoff at 2 p.m. First game between Army and Navy was back in 1890. I'm pretty sure they both still run the same offenses, but Army looking to beat Navy this year. I think Army they both had a fantastic year, but the Army Black Knights, the AAC Conference Championships, only lost to Notre Dame this year. So big one coming up, a lot of pride on the line, a fun pageantry of that game. So that'll be again right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I'll try to go through these as fast as I can without being too monotonous. We're going to start with the IS4S Salute to Veterans Bowl. That is South Alabama at versus Western Michigan. That's going to be on the 14th as well. After the Army-Navy game, kickoff there will be 8 p.m. And then you got the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl, Memphis at West Virginia. That'll also be here on ESPN Northwest Florida. That is on the 17th. And then next week, Wednesday the 18th, you've got the Boca Raton Bowl at 4:30. That is Western Kentucky versus James Madison, followed by the Louisiana Bowl. I'm guessing LA Bowl. That's my guess. California versus UNLV. Those will not be here on ESPN Northwest Florida, but you can still watch them on the old TV if you'd like to. And then on Thursday the 19th, the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. That is Georgia Southern versus Sam Houston State.
It's like Los Angeles Bowl. It's in SoFi Stadium.
Okay.
I was wondering too when you said that. I was like, oh yeah, it might be. And then you said California and UNLV. I was like,
that makes more sense. Yeah. Okay, so that is the Los Angeles Bowl, SoFi Stadium there, where everybody plays, it seems like. All right, Friday the 20th, you've got the Staff DNA Cure Bowl. That is Ohio versus Jacksonville State, kickoff at 11. And then next, you've got the 7 p.m. kickoff of the first round playoff game. As David mentioned, all playoff games will be here on ESPN Northwest Florida. That is Indiana versus Notre Dame. Some Friday night lights kickoff at 7 p.m. coverage starting after the afternoon underdogs. And then, of course, the 3 playoff games on that Saturday. The first one at 11 a.m., SMU versus Penn State, followed by Clemson versus Texas, and then the nightcap, Tennessee and Ohio State. And then traveling over to my old stomping grounds, the Myrtle Beach Bowl. That is hosted by Coastal Carolina University. That'll be right here on ESPN Northwest Florida as well. That's a 1:30 p.m. kickoff on the Surf Turf. It's Coastal Carolina versus the University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners. And then, of course, going all the way across the country out there to Idaho. That is the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Northern Illinois, the only team to beat Notre Dame, versus Fresno State. That'll be right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And then traveling a little bit further west across the other pond, going to the Hawaii Bowl. That is USF versus San Jose State. That is a 7 p.m. kickoff right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. The game above, Sports Bowl, Pitt versus Toledo, also on ESPN Northwest Florida. 1 p.m. kickoff on that one. That is the day after Christmas, Thursday, the 26th, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. You're guaranteed to get a great rate if you sign up with the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Rutgers versus Kansas State, 5:30 p.m. kickoff right there. That one will not be here on ESPN Northwest Florida. These next 3 games will. The Birmingham Bowl, that is Vanderbilt versus Georgia Tech. That's going to be a fun one, the battle of the engineering kids and the doctors. But both teams had pretty good years, both over their win totals that were set before the game. So that'll be a fun one if you want to make the trip up there to Birmingham. But if you don't, you can listen to it right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And then that same day, Friday the 27th, 10 a.m. kickoff of the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. That is Navy versus Oklahoma. Then you got the Autos Own Liberty Bowl at 6 p.m. That is Arkansas versus Texas Tech. That will not be here on ESPN Northwest Florida, but because we will have the Texas A&M versus USC SRNS RS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl. I'm assuming that's Southern Cal that's playing Texas A&M and not South Carolina, because South Carolina is further down.
Texas A&M?
Yep.
Yeah, South Carolina's playing Illinois.
Illinois in the Cheez-It Citrus
Texas
Bowl.
A&M, USC. Trash matchup there. Way to go, bowl invitationers.
Yeah, bowl
Inviters.
9:30, and I'm guessing that's at a Reliant Stadium there in Las Vegas.
Yep.
The Wasabi Fenway Bowl kicks off your Saturday, the 28th. Bowl day coverage. A lot of games there. Several of them right here on ESPN Northwest Florida, including the first one.
We're not playing that one, though, the Wasabi Fenway Bowl.
No.
No.
No, we're not. Yeah, not playing. But the next one, the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl between Boston College and Nebraska. I'm guessing the Pinstripe Bowl is played at Yankee Stadium. Just going out there on a limb on that one. That'll be right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. 11 a.m. kickoff. And then you've got the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl. TCU
Not playing that one.
versus Louisiana. And then you've got the Pop-Tart Bowl, where everybody be tuned in to see what the mascot's going to do this year.
Playing that one.
We are Iowa State and the Cyclones versus the Hurricanes. The matchup between two Mother Nature disaster phenomenons out there. We'll see what's stronger, a hurricane or a tornado. That is, again, that is going to be Iowa State versus Miami. And then the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, which is not on ESPN Northwest Florida, but a great game nonetheless. Miami of Ohio versus Colorado State. Kickoff at 3:30 p.m. Kickoff at 4 p.m. for the Go Bowling Military Bowl between ECU and NC State. And then the Valero Alamo Bowl, BYU versus Colorado. That's a great bowl game right there, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. That could even be a playoff game.
Still ticks me off, though. Yeah, they're in the same conference.
I know.
You should be in the same conference playing in a bowl game. I'm not sure.
It's almost like they were doing all their stuff, and then they're like, oh, shoot, we left out BYU and Colorado.
Yeah.
All right, we'll put them against each other.
Yeah, but, I mean, Alabama should be there. I have
Alabama, Colorado would have been epic.
Alabama, Miami. It should always be the first team out versus the second team out.
There you go.
Facts.
I like that.
It's not even a playoff. Like, it doesn't matter. You know, Alabama missed the playoffs. Miami missed the playoffs. That's fine and dandy. The committee made the right decision. However, we've got to make these bowl games like an Army playing Marshall. Again, I'm going to be complaining about this until bowl season's over. Like that's just not what should be happening. If you go 11-1 in Army, as Army, you should be playing a team with a big brand. Nothing taken away from Marshall, but come on, I'll even take Army, Alabama.
That.
Yeah,
you've earned that. Yeah, if you had Army, Alabama, or Miami, Army, Alabama,
Colorado,
throw Ole Miss in there too, and
Army, Colorado would be a fun one.
Yep,
similar uniforms and stuff,
Absolutely.
And then you get to see how Yeah, I don't know, man.
I get it. It's opportunities wasted. Certainly, it seems like it, especially with you guys playing Michigan. Rolling right through that, where we leave off: Ohio State, Miami, East Carolina, NC State, Valero. Yeah, okay. So now we're at the Radiance Tech Independence Bowl. That is Marshall and Army on the 28th at 8:15. Then the TransPerfect Music City Bowl gets us back into the bowl schedule on Monday, the 30th. Missouri versus Iowa. That is here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Followed by the ReliaQuest Bowl. That is Tuesday, the 31st, New Year's Eve, kickoff at 11 a.m., Alabama and Michigan, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And then you've got the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, Washington versus Louisville. That is an 11 a.m. kickoff on the 31st, but not aired here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And then you got the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. They're great. Washington versus Louisville. I think I already said that one. I think I did. Anyway, the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, South Carolina versus Illinois.
So citrus Cheez-Its would be weird.
Yeah, how did those become a pair?
Maybe if you had Cheez-Its, which were like the hot Cheetos.
Yeah, and then you put some like
lemon, a little lime,
some cilantro.
Yeah.
Now we're getting fancy with these Cheez-Its. But there you go. That sounds good. The Texas Bowl, that is going to be LSU versus Baylor. That is on the 31st at 2:30. And then you got 4 quarterfinal games, all those right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. The first one starts on New Year's Eve, 6:30 p.m. kickoff, taking you almost right there to the new year. That is the VRBO Fiesta Bowl. Verbo, the winner of SMU and Penn State, will take on those Broncos in the Fiesta Bowl there. And then 12 p.m. kickoff the next day, New Year's Day. Get your popcorn ready. It is quarterfinal day on New Year's Day, starting with the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. That's going to be a 12 p.m. kickoff. The winner of Texas and Clemson will take on the Arizona State Sun Devils. And then at 4 p.m., the Rose Bowl. The winner of Tennessee and Ohio State will take on the number 1 ranked Oregon Ducks. And then that evening at 7:45, just down the road in New Orleans, the All-State Sugar Bowl. The winner of Indiana or Notre Dame will take on the Georgia Bulldogs. And then you got one more on Thursday, the 2nd, the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Duke versus Ole Miss right here on, there's a question mark.
I got to figure out who's airing that game because I want to play that one.
Yeah, there you go. Who's that? Duke and Ole Miss? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a good game. And then on the 3rd, you've got 2 games. One of them on ESPN Northwest Florida, the other one not. The one not is the ServPro First Responders Bowl. That is North Texas versus Texas State. But then you got the Duke Mayo Bowl, or Duke's Mayo Bowl, Minnesota versus Virginia Tech. And then the Bahamas Bowl on Saturday the 4th, if there's no NFL game that day, Liberty versus Buffalo. And then you've got the last 3 games of the bowl season, arguably the most important. You've got the 2 semifinal games. Kick off all at 6:30 p.m. on these games. That'll start on Ryan's birthday. Always coincides with some kind of playoff game.
She's a January baby?
She is January 9th. She was born on the LSU
LSU Alabama?
Yeah, LSU Alabama in 2012. So
nice.
Always remember that.
I was alive then.
That you were. That's the Capital One Orange Bowl on the 9th, 6:30 p.m. kickoff. Obviously, teams to be determined. The Goodyear Bowl is the next day on Wednesday, the 10th, and that is the Cotton Bowl. And then, last but not least, the College Football National Championship is on the Saturday, the 20th, at 6:30 p.m. kickoff. I like that the National Championship this year is not on a Monday. Just makes for a...
What's not on a Monday?
The National Championship?
Oh, it's on a Monday.
Okay, well,
January 20th.
Well, it says Saturday, January 20th on here.
Man, when I was doing the spreadsheet,
the date things do the automatic stuff. Trust me, I know.
Come on, man, leave me alone.
I know. And sometimes you keep typing it in.
Gone.
And then
we're gone. We need to be gone.
Oh, geez. Okay, my bad. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, Jay will be here. Afternoon Underdogs coming up at 4. Go Team Dynasty.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The magic plays here.
The NBA Cup continues tonight as the Orlando Magic are in the semifinals and play at the Milwaukee Bucks live from the Fiserv Forum. Tip-off coming up at 6.
Your new home for select Orlando Magic games. The NBA is on. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest.